Good morning. Today, IR Tripathi of B Farm is here to discuss about integumentary system. So, what is integumentary system? Integumentary system is the largest organ of our body that forms a physical barrier between the external and the internal environment. Integumentary system mainly consists of epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, associated glands, hairs, and follicles. Now, here we can see integumentary system and its parts, like for example, the cutaneous membrane and the accessory structure. The integumentary system is mainly divided as cutaneous membrane and accessory structure. In cutaneous membrane, we can see there are two layers: the epidermis, that is the outer layer of the skin or the top layer of the skin, and the dermis, which is the dense or irregular connective tissue that forms blood vessels or hair follicles. So, epidermis. We can say here epidermis, it protects the dermis from the chemicals or trauma. It also controls the skin permeability. It mainly helps in the synthesis of vitamin D3. It has sensory receptors and it coordinates with the immune response for the pathogens which enters in the body. The dermis. The dermis is mainly divided into two, that is papillary layer and reticular layer. Papillary layer nourishes and supports epidermis. Reticular layer, it mainly restricts the spread of pathogen which enters in the body, as some pathogens may penetrate from the epidermis. So, to stop them to enter in our body, the dermis plays a crucial role here. It also acts as a lipid reserve body. The sensory receptor of touch, pressure, and pain is here. Now, for accessory structure, we have hair follicles, exocrine. Further, function of the integumentary system. So, the first will be the physical protection. It protects our body from the physical external environment. It mainly regulates our body temperature too, that is, it maintains a homeostasis. The third will be the excretion. Excretion mainly deals with the sweat, as it is excreted out from our body through our skin pores. The nutrition, it provides nutrition. Sensation, we can feel the sensation through the skin. For immune defense, yes, it basically the pathogens, it prevents the pathogens entry in the body. The dermis plays a vital role here. Now, the vitamin D synthesis. So, skin. So, skin or the cutaneous membrane has two divisions. First is the epidermis and second is the dermis. The epidermis is the top layer of the skin, and it consists of the stratified squamous epithelium, which is mainly replaced after every 40 days. Now, we can see in the table the epidermal layers. So, the epidermis has two main subdivided layers, that we can say that germinal layer and horny layer. In germinal layer, we have the upper one, that is stratum germinativum and stratum spinosum. These two layers are found in the layer of epidermis, and they are mainly responsible for the tissue formation, that is, tissue is formed from these cells of the layer. Now, the horny layer consists of the downward one, that is stratum granulosum, stratum lucidum, and stratum corneum. These cells mainly consist of keratinocytes, melanocytes, Langerhans cells, and Merkel cells. Like keratinocytes are the most abundant cells, that is, and then the melanocytes. The melanocyte cells secrete a pigment melanin, which is responsible for the skin pigmentation, that is skin color. The Merkel cells are the sensory cells for touch. Langerhans cells are fixed macrophages, that is, these help in immune response. So now, dermis consists of the dense irregular connective tissue which mainly supports the epidermis layer. The dermis is mainly divided into two layers, that is the superficial papillary dermis and the deep reticular layer. One more layer, that is hypodermis, is also present, which is the bottom layer of the skin, and it mainly regulates the body temperature and it cushions the body too. Associated glands. In accessory structure, we have hair follicles and hair. The hair is the non-living keratinized structure, that is keratin protein is present in the hair, that extends from the epidermis but grows deep roots into the dermis. The hair serves, these are the mechanical protection of the skin, that is they protect our body from the too cold environment or too hot, that is from the external environment, and aids to regulate our body temperature too. For example, the mammary animals, or we can say that the bear is a good example, which have a lot of hair in their body because they mainly live in a very cold or hot temperature. So to maintain homeostasis, that is to maintain a stable body temperature, they have hairs which provide a mechanical protection to their body. The nails forms a layer of keratin and appear at the tips of fingers and toes. Associated glands are the four type of exocrine glands, that is pseudoferous, the sweat glands, sebaceous, ceruminous, and mammary glands. So we have discussed about the integumentary system here. Thank you.